Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into a huge topic for manufacturers. How do you take that absolute flood of data from your factory floors and turn it into a real, actual competitive edge? We're going to show you how to stop just collecting data and start winning with it. So let's jump right in.
So, does this look familiar? Your operations are cranking out mountains of data, just tons of it every single day, but actually using it to make smarter, faster decisions? Well, that feels next to impossible. You're not alone, and that's the exact problem we're here to talk about today.
All right, so here's our game plan. We'll kick things off by looking at the intense pressures that manufacturers are under right now. Then we'll get to the heart of the data problem. And from there, we'll explore the solution, all the way from the tech architecture to the AI strategies that actually deliver a return. And finally, we'll lay out a roadmap for how you can make that pivot to an AI-driven future.
First up, let's really set the stage here. The market for manufacturing it's never been tougher. It's this high-pressure cooker that demands a completely new level of intelligence just to compete.
Look, every manufacturer is feeling this squeeze. Costs for literally everything are going up. Supply chains, totally unpredictable. Then you've got new regulations like the EU sustainability reporting rules that demand super detailed climate data. And somehow, through all that, your customers still expect perfect quality at the best price, and they want it now. The room for error? It's basically gone. And the stakes here are just incredibly high. Think about this. A single one-month disruption, doesn't matter if it's a supplier failing or a breakdown on the line, can wipe out a fifth of your yearly revenue. Just gone. That's a massive risk, and it shows why you've got to have more resilient, predictable operations. And here's where it gets really interesting. This is the core paradox. Manufacturers are sitting on an absolute goldmine of data. You produce more of it than almost any other industry. And yet, the vast majority of it, somewhere between 65 and a whopping 95%, is never even used. It's like owning a diamond mine but having no tools to dig. So what's the holdup? Let's get right into the root of this data dilemma. What is really stopping companies from turning all that information into actual usable insight? Well, it starts right here. Your data is trapped. It's stuck in different silos. You've got sensor data from one machine, historical data in another system, and then crucial info in your planning and customer systems. And since they don't talk to each other, you get this choppy, incomplete picture of your business. You just can't optimize what you can't see all at once. You know, for years, the choices we had for handling data they were pretty flawed. On one hand, you had the data warehouse. It was fast and reliable for your standard reports, but it was rigid, super expensive, and honestly, pretty bad for modern AI that needs all kinds of data. On the other hand, you had the data lake. It could store everything on the cheap, but it would quickly turn into this messy, disorganized data swamp where it was slow and nearly impossible to find anything valuable. It was a no-win situation. But what if you didn't have to choose between those two? This brings us to the hero of our story today, a modern architecture designed to solve this exact problem. Meet the Data Lakehouse. This is a total game changer. It literally gives you the best of both worlds. You get the flexibility to store any kind of data, structured, unstructured, video, whatever, at a really low cost, just like a data lake. But it adds the speed, reliability, and governance that you'd expect from a high-end data warehouse. And this shows you exactly how it works. A lakehouse becomes your single source of truth. It pulls in data from the factory floor, your service teams, your ERP, all of it, into one single unified platform. This is what finally breaks down those data silos and gives you that solid foundation you absolutely need for powerful analytics and AI. Okay, so you've got this unified data foundation in place. Awesome. Now we can finally put that data to work. The next big question you have to answer is where to run your AI. And that brings us to the big debate: edge versus cloud. The difference is actually really simple, but the implications are huge. Edge AI just means the AI model runs locally, right there on the machine or the camera on your factory floor. Cloud AI means the data gets sent over the network to be processed on powerful servers somewhere else. Now, this choice comes with some serious trade-offs. Edge AI gives you instant, real-time responses. We're talking milliseconds. That's critical for things like high-speed quality checks or robotics. Plus, your data stays on site, which is a huge win for privacy, and it works even if your internet connection goes down. The cloud, on the other hand, gives you basically unlimited power to train massive, complex AI models and run huge analytic jobs across your whole company. But here's the secret. This is not an either-or decision. The winning strategy, the one that gets you the best of both worlds, is a hybrid approach.
Think of it like this. You use the massive power of the cloud as your AI university, where you train these incredibly smart models on all your data. Then you deploy highly trained specialists. These are small, fast versions of those models, out to the factory floor where they can make instant decisions. This creates a powerful feedback loop because those specialists on the edge are constantly sending new data back to the university, making the main model even smarter over time.
So we have the right data architecture, we've got the right AI strategy. Now for the part everyone really cares about, the payoff. What kind of real, tangible results can you expect when you put all this together? Well, the numbers are pretty staggering.
Hey, remember that threat of a shutdown we talked about? Well, by using AI to analyze sensor data and predict when equipment is going to fail before it happens, companies like Johnson & Johnson have cut their unplanned downtime in half. Just imagine what that would do for your production schedule and your bottom line.
And what about all those rising costs? The financial case for AI is just so strong. According to IDC, for every single dollar a company invests in a generative AI project, they're seeing an average return of $3.70. I mean, that's not a small improvement, that's a serious value driver.
And it's not just about stopping failures, it's about getting more efficient to meet that customer demand. By using an AI-powered scheduler to optimize its production lines, Cipla India cut the time it takes to switch between products by 22%. That means more uptime, more product out the door, and just way better use of your assets.
These examples are fantastic, but the real goal here is to move past just one-off projects. It's about making what the experts at IDC call the AI pivot, a fundamental shift from just experimenting with AI to a full-blown strategic transformation.
So how do you actually get there? It's a journey, right? Not a light switch. First, you start with readiness. Take a look at your data and your systems and pick one high-impact problem to solve first. Next, run a pilot project to prove the value and make sure you have clear metrics for success. And once you've got that win, you can scale it across other lines, to other plants, and finally, integrate it deep into your core business systems.
And that brings us to our final and maybe most important point. The window of opportunity is right now. Research shows that companies who make this AI pivot in the next year or so are setting themselves up to have a massive competitive advantage by 2027. Your competitors are not standing still. So the question you really have to ask yourselves isn't what will it cost to do this, but what is the real cost of doing nothing?
Not sure which skills will move you forward? Skill Tree Learning makes it clear. From SAP and Microsoft to data analytics and generative AI,